Welcome to a follow-up video on Brazilian currency. Now we got coins, we got a couple of banknotes, but those are not the focus on this video. They were featured in the previous video on Brazilian currency, Brazilian Argentinian currency. Those are featured there. I will just have them here for comparison. So the focus on this video is these coins. Now, these are 4 different currencies of Brazilian money. In order from oldest to newest, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. For some reason I did that order, but well, let's start off with the oldest. So what we have in the upper right corner over here is actually the original Brazilian currency, the real, which was enacted while the Portuguese still ruled Brazil as a colony. Here we have a 500 reis, or however you pronounce it, coin from 1928. So the reis obviously saw inflation, but for another matter, it wasn't subdivided into smaller units. Instead, the smallest coin could be something like 40 reis, even in the 1800s. And the back side of this, well, this is a damaged coin, obviously. But I bought all of these coins as a loot, so for pretty cheap as well. So that's what you get for quality. But the important thing is having them and being able to show them off. Moving on, we have this 1000 reis coin from 1938. There are 2 types I read of this coin. One is a bit larger, and this is the smaller one. Brazil had silver in their coins until World War I, when they stopped and instead issued copper, steel, or copper steel coins, and later on even aluminium. But that was the real currency. It was in effect until 1942, when it was replaced by the Cruzeiro, meaning cross, or large cross, I believe. The Cruzeiro we got right over here. We can start off with, for some of these I have several of the same denomination. For example, we have a 1949 and a 1956 50 centavos. Unlike the real, the Cruzeiro was subdivided into centavos, or cents, and they looked like that, with the face of the president, current president even, featuring on the coins. And that's pretty rare, unless you're a dictatorship. We also got the 1 Cruzeiro coin. This one from 1946. With a view of Brazil on the other side. The other ones are the same, but they are different years. That one is 1945 and another 1946. I believe those are the most common years. We also have the larger 2 Cruzeiro coin with the same back. The size of the coins was changed in 1956, obviously due to inflation. So many of the coins saw their size being decreased. In this particular case, the new 2 Cruzeiro is the same size as the old one, but it's much lighter and now made of aluminium. We also have another backside, the coat of arms, I believe. República dos Estados Unidos do Brasil. The Republic of the United States of Brazil, which is the long formal name of Brazil. And to join together with that, we have the Cruzeiro banknotes. So this is, I believe these ones are from the 1950s. So these two should equal each other, if I'm not entirely mistaken. And then we also got the 2 Cruzeiro with the 2 coin. Due to this note being later worth just an aluminium coin, obviously there's not much value in these numbers. But something that did exist as coin just for 2 years though, I believe in 1942 and 1943, and then for some reason they stopped producing that coin. That there was also a 5 Cruzeiro coin, but that mostly existed as the banknote. So let's put these back. If you want to see more of them, I suggest watching the previous video on Brazilian, Argentinian banknotes. Moving on. In 1967, the Cruzeiro was replaced by a new Cruzeiro, the Cruzeiro Novo, which was in effect from 1967 until 1986. And we can start off with, it was also subdivided into 100 centavos. Here we got a 2 centavo from 1969. With a pretty simple yet stylish design. We are moving up to 10 centavos. And it's the same back. So the centavo coins, I also have one from 1970 We have 2 centavo coins, 20 centavo coins, I mean. The centavo coins was produced all the way up to 1979. When obviously, yet again, due to inflation, the value of the centavo and the Cruzeiro had fallen so much that it was simply not worth producing more of these coins. Which is something we have seen many times in history and will see many more times in Brazilian history as well. We have, and this is a pretty heavy coin actually. I shall add on the screen how much it weighs, but I would estimate it's at least 5 to 7, probably more gram. Feels really heavy actually. So these existed until 1979, and I believe they were demonetized in 1983 probably. But people would probably have stopped using them already by then. I don't have the old 1 Cruzeiro coin, but I do have the new series of 1 Cruzeiro coins that was introduced in 1979, and it was these coins. You can see the size of the new 1 Cruzeiro coins is pretty much, or I suppose it's the same size, or yeah, it's the same size as the old 2 centavo coin. So there you can clearly see, and there's just a 10-year difference between these. You can clearly see the inflation. But the original 1 Cruzeiro coin, as you can see, that due to the 50 coins being heavy, that the 1 Cruzeiro coin was even heavier. The original coin. And inflation continued to grow. Here's a 10 Cruzeiro coin from 1981 with a picture of Brazil. And in 1985 there would be introduced as high denominations as 500 Cruzeiro coins. So pretty much everything was outdated. The 10 Cruzeiro coin was introduced in 1980. So before then there wasn't any 10 Cruzeiro coins at all. We have one more banknote to show off here. This is a 5 Cruzeiro banknotes. I believe it was from 1974. So it would equal 10 of these, or 5 Cruzeiro coins, and 5 of these 5 years later, but before then the larger Cruzeiro coins. Now, since I don't have any newer Brazilian coins, except for these ones, but I will be getting to that. This one from 1981 is actually the newest one I have right here. But surprisingly and impressively, Brazil continued to mint new coins for each of the, I think each of their, many of them, if not all of the new currencies that were introduced during the late 80s, early 90s. And here we have seen three different currencies, but there would be a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and this might be the seventh or it might be the eighth currency of Brazil. This is the current modern day currency of Brazil. Is yet again the real has made a comeback, subdivided into 100 centavos. These are still legal tender. But yet again, Brazil has been seeing inflation, although not super inflation like previously, or like neighbors Venezuela or Argentina, which are suffering a lot more. An interesting note, if I have read correctly, is that the 1998 and the 2003 coins, 50 centavo coins, although the design is the same, are actually made of different materials, which for some reason is something that is reoccurring, that they're reissuing a lot of their coins with the same design in different metals. For some reason, they're changing the metals, and I'm not meaning just from copper, steel into aluminium, like they're changing between copper and brass and steel and nickel and so on for some reason. I don't know. And here, surprisingly, is still the highest circulating denomination, which is the 1 real. You would have thought that they would have introduced another one at this time. It's also looking very similar to the euro, but I believe this one was coming prior, in the 90s. Although I don't know when they released the euro design, so might have been inspired by the euro. But they still haven't produced a coin, a circulating coin with a higher value than the 1 real, which surprises me. They keep issuing banknotes, because in if I got it right, the Swedish exchange rate for this one is just 2 Swedish kronor. And like there is a US dollar or euro is around 10, 11 Swedish kronor. So it's like 1/5 of a dollar or euro. So like 20 cents. Probably overcomplicating it, but like their highest coin is a 20-cent coin. But obviously it's worth more with the lower wages and less prices they have in Brazil than in equal in more wealthy countries. But still I would say. So that's that. Like I said, in another video I have more inflation banknotes from the other currencies of Brazil during the late 80s and 90s. But as I said, I don't have coins for those, so that's why they are not featured in this video. But thank you for watching.